Welcome to Offgrid Victory. I just wanted to do a quick video on how to maintain some chicks. So we got some chicks because we lost one hen, and so we wanted to replace them. And you know, here in the Ozarks, it does, contrary to what people think, it does get cold, and even in April, it gets cold. And these particular chicks need to be kept at somewhere between 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And so in order to do that off grid without electricity, it's fairly difficult. I mean, the problem is we had, normally I would hook this up to my solar and put a fluorescent lamp that consumes about 30 watts, and that would give enough heat for these guys. But unlike today, where it's very shiny and bright, it's been overcast for the last few days, and so I didn't want to power up my solar to keep these chicks warm. So at night, what we've been doing is using candles, and I'll show you that in a minute. And during the day, we've been using the car. And so here's the truck. Here's my pickup truck, and what we do is we just put them in totes, and we keep it in the car, and it gets in a car, it gets well over 80-90 degrees, as people know, and so you'll have to crack your windows slightly like that to let some of the air ventilate, but the chicks are very warm this way. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. All right, so here they are. They're a bunch of Australorps. These particular Australorps are about I would say about 4 weeks old, and so they're much bigger than when we first got them, obviously. This is how we keep them warm at night. So you see that candle in there? It's a normal, it's a very small, I'm not exactly sure what type of candles they're called, but you know, you buy a bulk of like 100 for $4. It's really inexpensive, these candles, and they'll last, I would say, like this, they'll last up to a good 3-4 hours, depending, as long as you don't kick it over and such. And so you'll need to drill a hole. This was just done really quickly. I just punched a hole there so these particular chicks won't fly in there, and they will jump and hop and on top of this, so you want to protect them. And of course it needs to be vented, so you could so the candle itself will have oxygen, so it'll burn. The other thing is, if you keep it in a plastic tote like this, just make sure that if you're going to put something on top, like I have this I have this galvanized sheet of metal to keep on top of it when I have this thing closed, because these birds are at an age where they can jump out, and so yeah, you want to do that so you don't burn everything up with the candles. But yes, this is a way off-grid to keep your little chicks happy and warm, and a good way to do that without power. Alrighty, shalom.